But yeah, let's keep moving.
Anyway, last big game. Fallout 76. Todd Howard and company had I think more than an hour-long panel talking about a whole bunch of details of Fallout 76. So we cherry-picked some of the bigger ones, I guess.
Basically, one shortened video of him talking directly of what was going on in the gameplay.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I'll just get this one out of the way. Fallout 76 is not going to be available on Steam. Bethesda have said basically that they want to have direct control over changes and like direct communication with the community instead of going through Valve and Steam. So it's not going to be available on Steam. So I'm not sure how they're going to handle. Does Bethesda doesn't have because EA has Origin and stuff so some other companies have other things to get their PC community going. I don't know if Bethesda has that.
I don't think they do, but I think they would be in the business of doing it because they're starting to try to be into with the big boys with the Ubisoft, EA, and Activision. So is it Activision? Yeah, right.
Yeah, it is.
But regardless, it's I think if that's the way of wanting to do it, I think that's fine because that makes more sense. It's more direct. They're big enough. They can take the risk.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see how the distribution will actually work because they're not gonna go around selling hard copies with discs in it. You have to put the disc in and install it. We don't do that anymore. That's what Steam's for. But they're not going to use Steam. So anyway, it'll just be interesting to see. I
would think they would have a direct download kind of thing set up for that.
Yeah, probably. I would assume that they'll. So I guess I assume that this is going to in the middle of the fall they're going to announce hey, this is Bethesda software and it's some program to install.
I don't think you can play Fallout 3 on Steam anymore.
Okay, so maybe they are gearing up for their own sort of platform for that.
Makes sense.
So Todd Howard, and I'm blanking on the names of the other two people that were on stage with him, went into detail. Specifically, what at least the video that we watched, they covered character progression and how the special acronym of progression tree is going to work.
Strength, perception. I don't know what E stands for. I think it's no.
Is it endurance?
Endurance, intelligence. Wait,
I skip C. I don't know.
I don't know how to spell special. C is charisma. A is agility. L is luck.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
I can't spell.
So what they announced is that those perks and that progression system is returning, but it's going to be in the form of these cards, and these cards are going to come in packs.
As you rank up,
you get them. You get one pack every 2 levels, and up until level 50. And then I'm not sure. I don't remember him saying whether or not these packs can be bought with real money.
That's my gripe.
I hope it's not.
If that is,
because then it's pay to win. Yeah. Pay to win Fallout. So basically, these at random, you're going to be given cards that go into the various special traits. And so say you're level 3 in strength, you'll be able to use cards that are that level and lower, and you'll also have a kind of a points cap. So each card, depending on how strong it is, will be worth a certain number of points in that strength category. So you can use say a 2-point strength card and a 1-point strength card, and have those 2 perks, and that applies for all the different things. So you're gonna basically pull at random cards for these different categories, and you had a pretty good comparison to Battlefront 2. How you wanted to play a specific class, but you kept getting cards for other things. And so that sounds like something that could be a problem here as well.
Because I think when I originally got Battlefront, when we played the beta, I think, that's when I was I don't like this. Because I was I want to play the class that I want to play as, but I also want to invest. If I'm investing the time into this class, I should be able to get all the benefits for this class. But now I'm pulling out a pack. I'm oh, well, you got this pack for an officer, and I was stacking up on a certain class. I'm I don't really want to play this class, but this is the only items I can use for this class.
Right, yeah.
So either I play better with this class, or I play the class I have 0 things for. For me, I actually have not beaten Fallout 4 because I was
dust.
I got too in and out of it, and I would just it didn't feel like a Fallout game. But the build I like doing is a melee build. And if I'm not able to do that in this game, I'm gonna have a problem. If I can't do it straight up or by myself, I'm oh, what's going on, guys? We have a problem here. So that's my gripe with that. If I'm able to oh, you can trade cards. Like I don't know. For me, I don't like this look at it so far.
Yeah,
it's scary.
And they talked about how certain cards will be beneficial if you're playing by yourself, and certain cards will be able to boost your team.
Yeah.
So depending on the situation, you're going to be able to swap these out. Whether or not who you have, there'll be, I'm sure, good combinations to have as like when you're in say a party of 4 people. Like one person kind of focuses on this with these specific buffs and stuff like that.
I would be down if like you got a set of different packs. Say you spelled out like there's an S pack that's like more specific to a class.
Okay.
So like you open up the S pack and that's like the one like that's kind of like towards the build you want to have. I'm fine with that, but like having like a general pack that just like okay, we'll see what you get. No, I don't like that.
Yeah. So I mean, you could in theory, I don't know what the odds will be, or I guess it's just going to be like 1 out of 7. Or there were 4 in the packs they showed.
And a piece of gum.
And a piece of gum, right? And the piece of gum serves a purpose as it staves off your hunger.
And there's hunger in this game, so you got.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have to feed yourself now. But so I guess in theory, it's technically like what if you wanted to build just like a super lucky character, luck and intelligence. You could in theory go through all 25. So you get a pack every 2 levels. So you could go through all 25 packs up until you hit level 50 and not get a card. It's pretty statistically unlikely, but in theory, that's the way this could go.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit concerning. Another one of the big things that they talked about was how combat was going to work. And Todd Howard was specifically asked about griefing, basically, where like people obviously are going to just want to jump in and go kill other people, even though that's not necessarily, I guess, what the game is meant for, but it's obviously possible.
There's a lot of douchebags out there.
So they're introducing a bounty system, so anytime that you kill, it's going to be, I guess,
Auto or like
I was going to say Red Dead, yeah. Where, like, if you kill someone, you get a bounty on your head, and the more people you kill, the growing bounty is going to be on your head.
Yeah, because in Grand Theft Auto, you can like pay money to put a bounty on someone, but then Red Dead.
It's just if you kill people, you become wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like that.
Yeah, I liked it too. So I'm looking forward to that aspect of it, kind of a risk reward. But one thing that wasn't discussed in the video that we watched, but I read earlier, was that the combat is actually, it almost has to be a like mutual consent to enter combat. So it was a Collider article that I read
like Division
about a week ago. No, Division, no. Like, so what the way it was described on the Collider video was that if you run into someone else in Fallout, if you shoot them, it will do almost no damage, but it will attempt to initiate this kind of like combat mode. But if the other person turns you down, you can still kill him, but you're not like it's going to be hard because you're not going to be able to do that much damage. And then there are more excessive penalties if you do kill that person.
Like karma and stuff. Okay.
I guess kind of.
It's
so
like karma
if the person doesn't like agree to fight you, then there are bigger penalties for killing that person.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
I don't know. I don't know
it's
how
weird.
I don't like that. I don't think, because I would almost want there to be a zone. So like you have your base. No, I don't know how it would work. I almost wish there was just an area where if you run into someone, they're fair game. At all times.
like a looting area or something.
Kind of, yeah.
My thing is like, don't expect this game to be the best thing ever at launch. Give this game 3 to 6 months and like it'll be fine. Like whatever, they'll figure everything out. Well, actually, probably within 3 months, I would feel like whatever system or something that's going to be wrong with the game, it'll be with like the how the game works and how everything's all set up with all the rules. That'll all be ironed out by like I would say 3 months, for me.
Yeah, hopefully. Couple more smaller ones, real quick. They did confirm that they're going to at least try to have mod support.
Todd
Howard said that it was going to be very difficult because of the online element. So I assume that what's going to end up happening is there are going to be servers where mods are allowed and servers where they're not. So they are going to try to have some mod support for some content. And he acknowledged that basically Bethesda recognizes how big that community is, especially in the Fallout world, Fallout and Skyrim and all that. Elder Scrolls.
Baby.
So there will be mods to at least some extent. And then lastly, there were questions about character customization and appearance. And it's in the beginning, it'll be similar to how it is in the mainline Fallout games, but you will be able to change your character's appearance at any point in Fallout 76.
Nice.
So I don't know. We were talking again before we started recording about how neither one of us really knows what this game is supposed to be, like what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's like the point. Like,
I don't know what the goal is.
There's no story in Division, kind of, but there's no story in Destiny, kind of. I'm not expecting a story in this game. Like, I didn't expect it in Destiny, and I didn't expect it in
it kind of just seems like the more and more I hear about it, the more and more it's just like, yeah, I guess this is kind of Rust. Like, you just build your house and don't die when you go to get resources.
Rust with an actual universe around it and everything.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So I assume that there'll be missions of... I think they already talked about that a little bit, that there's going to be, like, sort of raids or missions to, like, do with your friends where you, like, you know, go kill a Deathclaw or, like, you know, whatever.
I'm honestly not even expecting
camp or whatever.
I'm really expecting backlash of Fallout hardcore fans saying, like, this is not a Fallout game, but it really isn't a Fallout game.
But it was never... Yeah, and it was never meant to be a real Fallout game. Yeah.
So
there's always those people that are out there.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so that pretty much covers it for QuakeCon.
QuakeCon!
Let us know what you guys are most excited for. Fallout comes in early November. I should have looked this up before we started. I believe it releases in early November.
Yeah, it's
Fallout
like
76. Doom Eternal is next year. Quake Champions you can play that right now if you want. Elder Scrolls Online is later this month if you're on consoles. Rage 2 also 2019. So yeah, let us know what you guys are most excited for. What you think of the new features for the various games that we covered.
Tell me how bad you are at Quake.
Make him feel bad about being so bad at...
No, make me feel better about being bad.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.